Hi, I'm Mark Reilly and welcome to the Limerick Post Show. Today I have the pleasure of being joined by Seán O Meara, singer-songwriter from Limerick. Seán, how are you?
Very well, thanks, Mark. How are you keeping?
Good now. Happy to have you on.
Good.
Just out here in the weather, soaking it up. And if I pass out at any stage, just we can reschedule this, so it's okay.
I'm the same
Basically,
here.
so you released a new song, Gold, and it's doing really well. And I just want give me a bit of background on how it came about, and basically how you feel about it, what the feedback's been like, and basically what the song is about.
Cool. So Gold came about a year ago at the start of the lockdown, kind of around Easter time. I started writing it. I think it was just the idea of being able to kind of go away on a journey I just had in my head, and the song just kind of came organically from that, and the music video the same thing. So we just, myself and my friend Brian O'Keefe, for the video, just got in the car and scouted out a couple of places between here and Fenor Beach, where we ended up doing fun shots, and just kind of winged it, and the result is kind of what came out, and I'm delighted with how it worked out and how the whole thing came together.
Yeah, it's man. You mentioned Brian O'Keefe there a minute ago. Is that Brian O'Keefe that went to Castro College as well?
It is indeed, yeah.
He's brilliant at editing, and like he directed Gold, didn't he?
He did, yeah. So
and how did that come about? You've been friends from school, have you?
That's it, yeah, we're friends since first year in school, and we've never done anything like this before, which is kind of cool. But after school finished up, he got into the photography and the videography side of things, and yeah, it was a natural progression, I suppose.
Natural
to just end up working together. Yeah,
absolutely. And like, so college, tell me about that. What went on in college? Did you go to college? Have you been, or did you bypass it and focus on music, or what's the situation like?
No, I went to college focusing on music. So I went to UL and I did Irish music and dance.
Okay.
So that was a 4-year course, but I ended up taking a year out in third year. I went over to the States, had 100 gigs over there.
Wow.
Tour with the band called Project
Really,
West. Yeah, 100 gigs in a year.
Where, like, just basically a million different states, or?
Yeah, we got 31 of them.
Wow.
Yeah,
So that's a lot. Like, that's a lot to basically do a few years in college and then just jump into that kind of scene so fast. I mean, but I'd say it was brilliant, was it?
I mean, that's what I always wanted to do. You know, I did my first tour when I was 16. I remember it was actually funny. We were coming back from a GA match, a football match, and I got a phone call off one of the musicians I would have played with in the Flas and stuff kind of growing up. And he was like, "What are you doing?" It was 2 weeks prior to the gig. He was like, "What are you doing in 2 weeks?" I was like, "Not much, school." Like,
yeah.
He was like, "Fancy coming to Morocco?" I was like, "Morocco? What are you on about?" I genuinely thought he was joking. I was fine. I went off home then and kind of said it to the parents and passed, and rang me back again that evening. He was like, "So you coming?" I was like,
"Oh, this is for real." Like, yeah,
it's happening. So yeah, and I've just been touring since then. I just got the bug, and yeah, I just don't want to do anything else.
Yeah, no, why not? I mean, that's unreal. Like that experience a lot. Even like you're continuing to do it now, but I'd say that year alone was just something else. I'd say it was just eye opening, and like it's obviously helped with your like dealing with like. Were you nervous when you first started? I mean, you jumped into it so quickly, like.
Yeah, I would have been like at the start. I mean, yeah, it varies. Like, I mean, I'm in my comfort zone when I'm on stage playing. I feel comfortable. I feel myself when I'm there. But at the same time, when you've got thousands of people looking at you, it's obviously a little bit daunting.
You know? Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It's part and parcel of the gig, you know. It's all part of why I love it.
Yeah, and that's kind of it rolls into one. I mean, it's obviously daunting at the start, but the adrenaline is kind of what drives it on as well. Yeah, so Joe,
exactly,
I mean, it's the ball of nerves that makes it an experience in itself. And like
it's human. It's a human emotion, you know. It's human to feel that. And if you don't feel that passion for what you're doing, you're in the wrong game.
Absolutely. You know? Where was the best place? What ticked all the boxes?
I've seen a lot of places. Now Morocco was beautiful, but it's just a different experience because it was my first time kind of going away on my own and doing my own thing. So there was obviously something special about that. But I love the States. Had a great time in Canada as well for a little while. But yeah, I don't know. I've got very fond memories of everywhere I've been, to be honest.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. So basically, you're working on an EP.
Yep. You've done a 4-track EP.
4 songs during this year. Can you run me through them, the names, what they're about, and the process in making them, I suppose?
Yeah. So the first one that I just finished recording it there the other day, and I actually just recorded a music video as well with Brian O'Keefe for it. It's called The Feeling Ain't Right. And that came about from a breakup 3 years ago. And I started writing it back then. I just had like the first verse of it and just left. Life just went in a different direction. I was just doing my own thing, and the song was just parked for a little while. And then I was just going through old phone recordings there recently. I was like, oh yeah, go with this one. And just tapped into it again and got it over the line. So it's a song about timing not being right and needing to break up for whatever reason, you know. But it's it's kind of it's a reflective song on happy times as well, you know.
Just an experience.
And the second, exactly, yeah. But the second song then is a song called Real Thing, and that's a song that I wrote during the lockdown as well. I kind of set myself a challenge one morning. I just woke up feeling quite inspired for whatever reason and said I was going to write, record, and release a song all in one day.
As often now myself.
Do that now?
Not too often.
Well, here's hoping tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
tomorrow morning. But yeah, got up and wrote the song and recorded it and threw it out. Then it was actually the following day I put it out on SoundCloud. So it's just a little demo version of it, so you can check it out there if you like. But it's going to be done properly now on the EP. The full band set up. I've got a couple of amazing musicians, great friends of mine that are going to be playing on it. So delighted. Then the third song is a song called Your Love, and it's definitely more rock and roll than anything I have.
Yeah.
So my background is rock and roll music. Like I used to take my parents' CDs and just learn whatever was on music. Eagles, Dire Straits.
You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Absolute classics. Yeah.
That stuff is gold, man. That stuff is good.
I like it. I like the use of the word. Remember that word, lads. Gold. Yeah, it is. It's the classics. Like they get you started, and it's the parents. I was looking into you, obviously, and I mean, I saw that you started off with violin.
That's right. Yeah.
What did you have a passion for that, or was it just kind of that was the start, and then moved on to guitar, and then it took legs from there?
It was quite the opposite of passion for the violin, actually, for me. Like. Obviously, my parents saw something in me from a young age. My mom was a music teacher and my dad plays guitar. So they obviously spotted something and were like, okay, we're going to send him to lessons. And my mom thought violin would be a good one because just with scales and all that kind of stuff, she just thought it'd be good to have the theory side of things. And absolutely, I'm very thankful to her for it. But just never really had the flair for it. I was good at it, if I do say so myself. I was good, but I didn't find it very cool or whatever. And then I saw School of Rock.
Didn't click with
parked the violin and then started playing guitar.
Yeah.
I haven't played it since, I'm ashamed to say.
Schneebly was the inspiration.
Schneebly.
That's mad. Like, and I suppose there you go. I suppose the next question, like, is that how you got your is that where you drew your inspiration from? Was your mother or your family, like the musical background?
I suppose, yeah. Like they used to, like when my mom was pregnant with me, they used to go to gigs and things like that. You know, when I was, growing up, I literally just used to take the CDs and listen to them. I was fascinated by music. I still am.
Every piece of music I hear now, it's disappearing everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've got them all in the safe place. It's all good.
I like quickly. So the next thing is you're playing at the Big Top.
That's right. Yeah, the 6th of August.
6th of August.
Two are playing, and I'm playing before them with two of my mates, Conor Broderick, who's played on all my songs that have been released thus far, and Mia Farrell, who you can hear singing on Gold.
Brilliant, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. 5 gigs.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. After the year as well, like it's just you want to get back that buzz, that energy. Like it's way overdue.
Yeah, just share that energy with people. Just be in the same space as people, just dance and sing and have a good time. Can't wait.
Yeah. So like, I mean, what's the process in you recording music? How does it work? Where do you go? Who do you do it with? Etc. Etc.
So for the first, I mean, I've had a different process for most of the songs. I've done a lot of recording, man, over the years, like with different outfits and different bands and different albums, and they all vary. But for my stuff anyway, for the last 2 years since I've been releasing, I recorded in Dublin for my first couple of songs in Sonic Studios. and then the tracks were sent to the States and mixed over there. But then with the last 2 tracks on my own and Gold, my housemate, Ben Wanders, he's a sick drummer, sick producer. He recorded me and mixed those tracks. I helped him out with Gold. I did a lot of production side of things. For that, I recorded the keys. I went up to Connor's place in Dublin and recorded him. And went up to Neve's place and recorded her. And then he just put it all together and made it sound like it sounds. Yep. But again, just during the lockdown, like, I know it's easy to feel uninspired, and as a musician, there was nothing. The bottom just fell out of it all, and there's no roadmap or anything. But I took inspiration from that. I took it as an opportunity, as time to kind of level up and get better at things that I wanted to get better on. And so I bought a laptop, the first laptop ever. Which was kind of mad that I went to college.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
No, so I don't know how I did it, but here we are.
This thing doesn't
have. Yeah. But I got that, and I got my interface, and excuse me, and a couple of microphones and stuff, and I just started recording myself. So the EP that I'm doing now, I've started recording the whole thing myself, just from my sitting room at home.
That's crazy.
It's kind of nice, you know. You're very involved then with the music. You know exactly what goes where and what sounds like. You know, obviously it's great to have a second opinion, and so I'm going to get Ben to help me out with some of the mixing side of things, because that's his line of work. You know, I'm a noob essentially to that stuff, but I know I've got a vision. I know what I want it to sound like.
Absolutely, yeah. But I think, like you were saying there, like with the whole pandemic, I mean, you can take it one or two ways. And I've said this to, like, in my last few interviews with people, because I mean, it is such a talking point. It was just, it was a negative, tough time for everyone mentally. You know, I mean, you can go one or two ways, but I think, like you said, any good artist there would draw the negative and turn it into a positive to make. So you've obviously provided it, or it's provided you with an opportunity to make music that means more. You've had more time to, I suppose, sit and think, refine the music and everything that's involved in it.
Totally, man. And even deeper than the music, I've had a chance to reflect on myself and like past experiences on life in general, and just zone in, go deep on that stuff. And as a result, I've got a load of songs out of it, which I'm so thankful for, you know. So it's been a great year in many ways. I know it's been unbelievably tough, and it's been awful on so many people, but I have to say I've really enjoyed the opportunity.
Brilliant, yeah. I can hear Leonard Skinner there in the background.
Yeah, I know, yeah, it's here down there, yeah. So you know, baby.
It's a great backing track for any interview. Tell whoever the DJ is, well done.
Fishy here
there's a job going here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I suppose like just with the transition from violin, like we said there previously, to the guitar, what age was it that, like, I know you mentioned School of Rock, what age was it that you played and you just knew immediately, you were like, okay, I'm following this up, this is what I want to do?
I think it was when I was in 6th class, so it would have been like 11, 12.
Yeah.
I heard Roy Orbison, that song Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
That guitar riff, I was like, oh, I need to learn that. And I did. I ended up learning that. I was like, okay, if I can do this, I can play anything on guitar. And it just kind of went from there, you know.
But it's mad.
So, yeah.
Drawing inspiration from something so simple like that song, but it just had an effect on millions of people, like, and it's just that's the beauty of music. It's just paying it forward. So someone's music comes to you, and then you just start rolling the ball on your own.
You can take whatever you want from it.
Absolutely. So like confidence, like I said to you earlier, do you get nervous? Do you do you feel a ball of like nerves in your stomach, but like you were performing since I remember you performing at like 15, 16, like you said, like in school and variety shows. So all that it has to have helped in some sort of capacity. It has to have like surely aided you in like dealing with those nerves.
Absolutely. Like I remember the first like proper gig I did in school was the variety show when we were in TY. So I've been 16, and that was a big gig. Like there was probably 800 people at that.
It was massive.
You know, I was breaking it, man.
Yeah.
But pulled it off. The gig went well.
Absolutely. I remember everyone walking out. No one remembered, like, no offense to anyone else at the variety show, that everyone was brave and everyone did well to step up. But I just remember literally walking out, you were the only name that anyone was mentioned. Like people were like, he can actually play. Do you know, it's not like one of those things where everyone gets involved, the medal for everybody. Everyone was like, Oh no, Seán O Meara actually, yeah, he could be going somewhere if he focuses.
No, so
And it's mad.
yeah,
That
it felt right. I got that feeling from it too. You know, it was
yeah,
very inspiring, and that definitely helped me. You know,
yeah, of
spur me on
course.
to do more.
Yeah, and I suppose since your rise recently, like, what's the feedback been like? Fans, family, friends?
Oh, it's unreal, man. It's actually unreal. Every message that I've got, even just on goal, let's say for example, has been nothing but positive. Everyone is just saying, just encouraging, just keep it going. At that, they're loving the tune. You know, it's all lovely, lovely feedback.
Yeah, nice to be back.
Um,
Like, yeah,
yeah, totally. And like even like the people, I don't like saying fans, but the people that follow me on Instagram and listen to my music and all that, they genuinely are interested in what I do and want to hear more, which is just in itself the most incredible thing. Like I always said from day one, if one other person likes what I do, that's enough to keep going. And the
yeah,
fact that there's a couple of thousand people following me on this journey, it's just, yeah, there's no feeling like
yeah. If you can't, yeah, exactly. If you can't get motivated from that and inspiration from that,
it.
that's all you need. I suppose going forward, like outside the big top now, that gig on the
Mm.
6th, like, do you have goals in your head, like maybe two off the top of your head that you want to do, or anything specific?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to play. I want to just keep stepping up, keep proving myself, keep
Yeah,
getting better and better,
yeah,
um, keep doing what I love.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's not. I suppose it's not work for you. I mean, obviously, I'm not. No, I'm not saying I don't know what it's like. I'd say it is hard performing gigs, making music, having to spend all your time at it. But when you are passionate about it, I would think it's easier.
Absolutely. I mean, it's easy to do what you love. It's easy for me to sit down and play guitar because I love it. Like the tough part comes in, like I'd say, like PR side of things. They're trying to push your track out there,
Yeah,
get your track on the right ears and stuff. That bit can be a grind and it can be disheartening and through no fault of anybody. It's just the way the industry is. It's a saturated industry
yeah,
in many
absolutely.
ways. But I don't know. I feel like you just got to stick with it. Just stay true to who you are and to what your music is, and the rest will fall into place.
Yeah, absolute perseverance. It's the only way to. It's the only way to do it. Yeah, like you mentioned a few names to me there, like a talented drummer and like two or three people that
Hmm.
you're collabing with. Like, what do you think of the Limerick scene at the moment, music wise?
Oh, it's absolutely savage. It's
I've been,
unreal.
yeah, because I've done a few like interviews now in the past few weeks with like numerous musicians, and it's just like before I started interviewing people, I didn't even realize how much talent was in Limerick. Like, it's
Oh
actually
man, it's
I open.
bursting.
Yeah,
It's
it's
bursting. Yeah,
yeah, and it's only going to get bigger. Like, and you like what do you
yeah.
think? Like in the coming years, do you think it's going to just explode or?
I do, I do,
Yeah,
and I think it is exploding
yeah,
currently.
so do I.
Like so, Ben, as the drummer there you mentioned, and the producer, like that I work with, he's just opened a new studio in town.
Mhm.
Next door to him, another guy, Shane, is after opening the studio. It's a
Yep,
creative space, garden studio. And beside that, then is another studio. Danny Lanham and Sean Murray have that going. Big Town Talent PX. So there's three studios in the one block there, and like it's actually unreal to go in there and like I've recorded and done bits in all three of the different studios, and it's a different vibe in all of them, but they're all just bursting with life and music and
yeah.
creativity. It's just unreal,
That's
fantastic to see.
that's the thing as well. Let alone the music. Leave the music to the side. It's more just the energy and the atmosphere of like
Yeah,
just having the opportunity, like you said, three studios beside each
yeah.
other. I mean, if you were to go back a few years ago, that's not happening. So like the
Look, we
fact
have
that it's
one
starting to
studio in
develop,
Limerick.
there's belief. There's belief in the county like that we can provide musicians that are going to move on, and
Exactly.
not just locally. Like you said there, you've done Canada, you've done America, you were in Morocco. I mean,
Yep.
that says it all. It's not just
Yep.
like we're pushing local musicians to local places and doing the same old
Yeah.
sing song. It's literally it's expanding and it's going worldwide, and it's going from
That's
strength to
it.
strength.
Yeah, it's big output, like yeah.
It's like studios are becoming the new coffee shops now.
That's it. Yeah,
Popping
yeah,
up left, right, and center here. Like,
yeah. Artisan music coming out.
yeah, yeah. New single, Flat White, there will be released next month.
That's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna write one. I'm gonna write one called Flat White.
do
So
please and shout me out.
no bother, Mark. I got you.
So I suppose last one to finish up. Don't want to take too much of your time. I know you're busy.
All good. I'm on my holidays.
A generic one. What is your favorite song you've ever done and why so? If you could tell any of your fans why it means that much to you and etc.
I really liked. I mean, I liked them all for different reasons.
Of course,
Let's say my first.
It's not an easy decision, like yeah.
No, of course not. But I suppose I really liked the feeling that I got off the first one with my cover, just because it was my first time releasing anything of my own music. Like I've been in, as I said, other albums and released stuff with other people, but when it's like solely my own stuff, and it's like sending a child out into the world, I suppose. You know, I'd imagine that's kind of what the feeling is like.
Yeah.
And just kind of seeing how it gets on, you know. But
just holding the case cover in your arms.
yeah, exactly, yeah. So yeah, that was a special experience, and I suppose I love the feeling of gold as well, because it's the first time I did a proper music video and getting to work so closely with my mates, and yeah, it was just a really special experience from start to finish, like smiling from ear to ear, the whole thing.
Yeah, well, you should be. I mean, things are taking off, and like you just seem to be like the whole interview. You've had a smile on your face, so I mean, you're obviously in a good place, enjoying doing what you're doing, and like you can't ask for much more. Well, you can
more tunes maybe.
If we could get a fan in Ireland or air conditioning, it'd be great. As far as the music's concerned, yeah, you're doing pretty well, my man.
Nice one, Mark.
Anyways, it's been an absolute pleasure, honestly, to have you on. Ladies and gentlemen, Seán O Meara.
Thanks very much.
Song Gold is available, and all other songs on streaming platforms where you can get them. And yeah, I look forward to chatting to you again, where you really explode and be a lot harder to get a reply on an email.
Not at all, Mark. Always a time.
Appreciate it, Shawnee.
Nice, and cheers for your time. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thank you.